Hi, this is Daily Readings with Kelly, and it's March 14th when you'll be seeing this. It'll be March 14th. If you were here yesterday, I'm wearing the same clothes. This is not me sleeping in my office because I'm overworked. This is just because I recorded two readings in one day. So here we go. The reading for today comes from Melody Beattie's work, Language of Letting Go, which is a daily reader. Um, and here we go. Trusting ourselves. Trust can be one of the most confusing concepts in recovery. Who do we trust? For what? The most important issue we face is learning to trust ourselves. The most detrimental thing that's happened to us is that we came to believe we couldn't trust ourselves. There will be some who tell us we cannot trust ourselves. We are off base and out of whack. There are those who would benefit by our mistrusting ourselves. Fear and doubt are our enemies. Panic is our enemy. Confusion is our opposition. Self-trust is a healing gift we can give ourselves. How do we acquire it? We learn it. What do we do about our mistakes, about those times we thought we could trust ourselves, but we're wrong? We accept them and trust ourselves anyway. We know what is best for us. We know what is right for us. If we are wrong, if we need to change our mind, we will be guided into that, but only by trusting where we are today. We can look to others for support and reinforcement, but trust in ourselves is essential. Do not trust fear. Do not trust panic. We can trust ourselves, stand in our own truth, and stand in our own light. We have it now already. We have all the light we need for today, and tomorrow's light shall be given to us then. Trust ourselves, and we will know whom to trust. Trust ourselves, and we will know what to do. When we feel we absolutely cannot trust ourselves, trust that God will guide us into the truth. And the prayer here, if you want to hear it, God, help me let go of fear, doubt, and confusion, the enemies of self-trust. Help me go forward in peace and confidence. Help me grow in trust for you and myself, one day at a time, one experience at a time. Whoo! So good. If you don't have this book, I highly recommend it. It's again called The Language of Letting Go, and it's a daily reader by Melody Beattie, and she has written books on codependency, and her probably most famous is Codependent No More, if you have heard of that. And if you haven't, again, that's one of the books that I do recommend. But this book, The Language of Letting Go, is a really good daily reader. So today's reading about self-trust. I love this. I love this idea of self-trust. I think that many, many times we lose trust in ourselves when we've done something that has put ourselves in a situation to be hurt. Okay. The one I'm thinking of most right now is one that I help my clients with a lot. And I myself have been here too, is we find ourselves in a relationship with perhaps an overt or covert narcissist or somebody with narcissistic tendencies. And we end up getting hurt and confused, and there's gaslighting, and there's love bombing and love withdrawal, and then blame, and like chaos. It's chaos. If you've been in this situation, you know what I mean. It is chaos, and it leaves you at the end of the relationship feeling like, what the hell just happened here? And in my case, a personal note, I remember at the end of my journey with that relationship being upset with him, but more so being mad at myself because I was like, how did I get here? I'm not that person. I'm not, I should have been smarter than this. I should have seen the red flags. Like, how did I get here? And after that, there was this journey of self-forgiveness of just realizing, yes, taking accountability for some of the things that I did to get me into that place, but also the rebuilding of self-trust after that was just really a journey, for me and also for a lot of my clients that have been through this too. So I'm glad we're talking about this one today because without self-trust, right, we learn to listen to other people and hear what they would have us do rather than what feels right and good to us. Um, so if you believe in a higher power, and if you've been on any kind of like recovery 12-step stuff, again, this reading is from the work of Melody Beattie, which focuses on codependency. And there's a whole 12-step program for codependency called Codependence Anonymous. And if you've fallen into this trap with relationships, and especially relationships with people who are narcissistic, definitely check out Codependence Anonymous. You can Google coda.org, CODA.org. Tons of literature on that website about codependency. But this one is so big, this self-trust, because if we lose that, we start listening to people to tell us who we are, to tell us what we like, to tell us what we should like, what we shouldn't like. We start listening to people to tell us how to feel and what we should feel and what we shouldn't feel, right? And pretty soon we lose ourselves. We just completely lose who we are. We lose touch with us and what makes us us. And part of the work of Codependence Anonymous, that 12-step program, and part of any work with codependency is really relearning ourselves. And we could develop codependent patterns through childhood, and we usually do. But these types of relationships, romantic relationships, can do this to us, especially if we've been in uh, like partner violence, domestic violence, abuse pattern relationship over some time. It just whittles this self-trust down to a nub. I mean, it's when we get out of it, when we finally kind of clear the air and get out of that, there really is this feeling of, I don't even know who I am anymore. So all that to say, this reading, this part, fear and doubt are our enemies. Panic is our enemy. Confusion is our opposition. These are the things that lead us into the continuation of us losing ourselves or not regaining ourselves again. And it leads us to start believing what other people say about us, what other people say who we are. We let other people define who we are instead of trusting that we know who we are, right? So part of the healing journey of codependency is really relearning who we are, relearning what we like, what we don't like. When I work with my clients, we start at the very beginning, like with the feelings wheel. Like, what am I even feeling? I don't even know what I'm feeling anymore. I've been told what to feel, right? So I lose touch of even what I'm feeling. So we start there. We start naming feelings. Oh, this feels like anxiety. This feels like sadness. This feels like anger, right? We feel what that feels like in our body. We give it a name, right? And so in that way, we start relearning what it feels like to feel feelings in our own body, which sounds so basic, but if you've been in this situation, you know what I'm talking about. It's really hard to even define what we're feeling. So we start there and then go into really identifying what we like and don't like. The movie that's coming to mind for me is the movie oh, what is it with Julia Roberts? And she is Runaway Bride. I think that's what it's called, Runaway Bride, where in every relationship she's in, she just forms the same likes and hobbies and everything as the person that she's engaged to. Um, and that's kind of this thing is we don't even know what we like anymore because they liked this, then we like that. Or they said that Thai food is disgusting, so now I don't like Thai food anymore, right? It's this kind of thing where we're letting people dictate what we like and what we don't like. And we listen to that and we go along with it. And then at the end of these relationships, we're in this place where it's like, oh my gosh, you know, I don't even know what I like and what I don't like. Did I really like that? Or did I just say that I like that? Or do I like Thai food? I can't remember anymore. Right. So we've relearned what we like and what we don't like. And in that way, and just these very simple steps about naming our feelings and then really identifying what we like and what we don't like, they sound like baby steps, and they are. Because if you've been through a relationship like this, it puts you through the ringer. And so we start with baby steps in trying to rediscover the trust in ourselves again. So, yeah, excellent book, The Language of Letting Go. I highly recommend it. And thanks for being here. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.